In the bottom left of Ever Dream, as the green Zerg, it's FuriousStyles. In the top right, as the red Terran, it's Stifle. Furious took Stifle down in the initial match. Two to 0. How is Stifle going to adjust his play, take a victory here? Furious lost to Barks in the match. Fortunately, Stifle is going to finish 4th. Just didn't show up to the group. Sadly, this is going to be our final match of the round of 30. It's a pull first from FuriousStyles. Link speed is on the way, a second hatch is thrown down. And this is almost certainly a Baneling bust out of Furious. Scouting SCV is killed. You know what? No, it's gonna be Roaches. This is my build. He's doing my build. Okay. See how this goes. This is what we saw in Game 2 of the previous series. He's gonna make several Ravagers and knock on the door of Stifle. Stifle isn't messing around. Right into Factory, getting his second base inside his main. The Reapers getting ready to move in for the scout. The Lings! Oh no, they closed down the ramp. Okay. Yeah, that wasn't blocking the Reaper at all. Stifle scouts it. This is exactly how game number 2 went in the initial match. Let's see how Stifle's adjusted his build. This is going to hit very strongly. 3 Roaches on the way here for FuriousStyles. He's going to have enough gas to morph 2 Ravagers instantly. Third one will morph on the door of the Terran. Stifle is getting a tech lab on the Factory. He's reacting to this absolutely correctly. Starport is going up as well. And I love this build because I made it. But, you know, it's, well, not this variation. I didn't make this variation, but, you know, it's kind of like my trademark. And, it's not supposed to work versus Terran, because they can do this. They can get a Cyclone out, and they can gun down your Overlord, and they can get a Banshee out, and they can kill your Roaches and whatever. You can have a bunker, so you can't ever get the Link. So it's more of like, if you're going to use it versus Terran, it works better on the ladder, because they're not going to be expecting it, and maybe they don't pull off a reaction or scout it correctly or know what the build is, but here's Stifle. Looks like he's figured out the response. So, Furious has failed to break into Terran main. He's not ever going to. Phase 2 of the attack is going to be to delay second CC. Furious has a lot of options here. He can continue to drone, go into lane Bane, and get up a third hatch, or he can go up into Muta. This is by no means, like, a perfect situation for the Terran. The Zerg still has a lot of options to win the game, so while FuriousStyles failed at his early game aggression, don't count him out yet. Stifle is going to need to hit a well-timed Marine tank assault on the Zerg, or deal a lot of damage with these first 3 Banshees that come out. Stifle's forced to drop supply. That's going to hurt his economy a little bit. Furious reroutes Spore to defend. Stifle is heavily up in workers. It's heavily up in army supply as well. Reactors finishing on the starport. It's going to begin pumping out medevacs. There's Stim. And this 2-base Marine tank timing is shaping up, getting ready to go. Furious's third is under assault. Queens should be able to save this. Stifle loses 1 Banshee. Furious is going into melee. It won't be a factor in the coming fight. Going for a second, third gas. His Baneling Nest is just being thrown out now. Don't know if this is going to be in time. Given how softened up this third base is, I think that's where Stifle's going to make his attack. As a matter of fact, as I say that, he moves his column out. I don't think FuriousStyles is going to have enough to defend. Baneling Nest is just now finishing, and he doesn't have enough lings on the field with this. Third has gone down for Furious. Stifle moves up the ramp. And Furious throws into the tank line. This is almost assuredly Stifle victory. In the top left corner, Simulacrum. It's Stifle. And in the bottom right, as the green Zerg, it's FuriousStyles. Stifle took his first victory. Will he be able to close out the series 2-0, or is he going to have a comeback? That's the storyline we're looking at for tonight. Stifle sends out a scouting SCV. Furious goes hatch first this time around. Stifle's gonna build his CC on the low ground this time. Furious gets out a super fast third base. This is the first time I've ever seen it from the Green Zerg. Queen takes out the Reaper. Stifle's going into Hellions, getting out of Starport. Furious gets up his third hatch. And Stifle drops the scan. This is something Stifle likes to do a lot. He will drop 4, 5, 6 scans. It's definitely not common for Terrans to do that. Of course, every scan you spend is a mule that's not being dropped. But I feel like it's actually a positive aspect of his play. I mean, if you can get... Scouting information is so valuable. If you trade a few minerals and, you know, scout a 2-base Nita or something like that, and you're able to prepare, that can win you the game. Furious is going into Lair. Stifle is getting Cloaked Banshee. Furious has like an almost wall off. Someone had an accidental ping. And the Hellion aggression is defended. Furious is getting up his Roach Warren, +1 on the way. I had to sneeze there real quick. It's out. One Hellion falls in exchange for a Creep Tumor. And Stifle's going into Bio, so I don't know how well the Roach Rav's going to trade against that as the game goes on. Furious is going to have the chance to all-in and try to overrun the Terran defenses. But the more the bio upgrades kick in, the more Marines hit the field, the more medevacs, the more tanks, the worse Roach Ravager it's going to be against it. Furious goes after the wall. There's no medevacs out yet to help these Marines. No tanks on the field. The Banshees are on the other side of the map. Furious is actually going to break this wall for sure. He's getting quite a few SCV kills as well. Mule thinks it's a warrior. Gets picked off. Marine count's rising a little bit. Stifle's odds of holding this are increasing as the moments go by. There's a tank in the backline now. And Furious is a little bit too far out to engage the tank. He can't fly his Overseer in for vision because the Marines will gun it down. Stifle is going to be supply blocked from all these supply depots getting picked off in the front. 2 more are about to pop for him, but it's not going to alleviate the supply block. Oh no, the Biles missed the tank, and just like that, Stifle's gonna clean up here. Furious is continuing to make roaches. I don't know that that's the correct choice for him. I think he needs to drone no matter what. Get up a fourth, things like that. Stifle's finally going to get his first 2 medevacs on the field here at the 750 mark. Heal up those Marines, and I feel a 2-base push coming up. The 3rd CC started up. Yeah, there's the load up into the medevacs. Stifle's going to go out and, at the very least, clean up the creep. A bunch of Ravagers morphing to defend from FuriousStyles. Did, in theory, at least on his minimap, see the medevacs go out with his Overlord. Question is, did he actually notice? Did he actually pay attention to the map? Baneling Nest finishing up for the Green Zerg as well. The Marines stutter step in. Take out a dozen drones. One full medevac goes down. Stifle will get out with the other medevac, but that's a pretty big loss to a Spore Crawler. However, Furious lost a ton of economy in that attack. Worker counts even, which does favor the Terran because of mules. Furious only has 3 Banelings here. Roach Rav isn't going to do the best against this much bio supported by 3 medevacs. It's just not going to put in the work that FuriousStyles needs to defend. Baneling speed's almost finished up. Huge siege tank shots go on the initial lanes. Oh no, the Baneling split onto the tanks, but Bile cleans up a lot of the tanks. However, Bio stims in from behind. Down goes all the Roach Ravager. Furious is in dire straits. An Overlord gets picked off. Stifle is pounding out damage on this hatchery. Queens move to respond to this. There's plenty of transfuse here. They'll be able to hold down the fort for a while. But Furious is running in lanes. He's not morphing Banes. And it looks like Stifle's going to take the win. GG. Stifle is your second player to move on to the round of 16. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be back at 8 p.m. for the King of the Virgins tournament for RNG Pro. I'm going to find someone holding the raid. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Born from the ashes, 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 born from the